Welcome back, everybody, and today we're going to be talking about probability. I think everybody here that is watching the video knows the definition of probability. And if you don't, then listen up. And if you do, I'm just going to say it one more time as a refresher. So, probability means how probable is something to happen. So the definition is a question itself. And you might not understand why, but you'll see later on in the video why the definition is a question. Now, we know the definition in layman terms or aka in simplified terms, and we now can figure out what is the definition in mathematical terms. So the definition in mathematical terms is number of desired outcomes over this big thing over number of total outcomes, like that. So later on, like my slope video, which should be up in an just click on that eye. It'll show up as a card here. Just click on it if you haven't watched it. But like in my slope video, we'll be replacing these values for numbers, and we can eventually find out the probability of our situation. But for now, let's not worry about that. For now, let's worry about the definition of this. So to understand this even more in depth, I think we need an example. And this is a real world example. And I'll be like right back because I need to draw something for this example. And yeah, I'll be right back after I draw it. So peace until then. So hello, I am back. And so I have drawn my thing that I needed to draw right here. And you might already notice what it is, but I doubt you will. Um, so this right here is one of those wheel spin things that you see at the carnivals. And I picked this because there is a probability that one of all of these will get picked. And you'll see a little bit about that later. So you might be wondering what these letters stand for. B stands for blue, R stands for red, G stands for green, so on and so forth. SB stands for sky blue, and NG stands for neon green. Simple enough. Now, we need to say we need to find the probability of you getting orange, because if you land on orange, you get a big prize, like say a phone. Okay. Well, you want to see if this risk of $5 is worth it or not. And to check that, we have to use this equation right here. So let's use it. So what are our desired outcomes? How many desired outcomes do we have? Well, there's only one orange, so that's pretty easy. That'll be 1 over how many total outcomes do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 outcomes. So 1 over 8. This is our probability. Not really. Because no, if you told someone, hey, look at this, uh, you shouldn't take this risk because if it's a 1/8 chance you will get it, they probably won't know what you're saying. So to make that simpler for them, what we're gonna do is we're going to make this fraction a percent. Now, I've made it easier for you guys because I just outright know what this is. 1/8 would be, as a decimal, it would be 0.5, 0.125. So that's 0.125. Okay, and to make a percent out of a decimal, you have to multiply the decimal by 100. So that would be 10 times, that's 100 times, so it would be 12.5%. This right here, let me do that in this color. This right here is our probability. Okay. Now we've done this, let's do another example. And now I think you guys know that we're talking about probability and how probable stuff is going to happen. So I'll just take that out for now. Let's just take that out because I need the space, all of it, like that. Okay. Now let's talk about an even simpler example, and that's a coin flip. If you flip a coin, there's 50% chance you're gonna get it heads, and 50% chance you're gonna get it tails. Say you're flipping a coin 3 times and you want to get heads. Well, now what do we do? Well, for this problem, we can draw a tree. Okay, so for the first flip, we have the possible outcomes of heads and tails. For the second flip, if you get heads, the 2 outcomes would be heads or tails. And same for this, H or T. For this, you get H, T, H, T, H, T, H, T. Okay, now this might look a little cluttered now, but it is a reasonable tree, and I'll tell you why. Let's think about it. If I have a coin, if I flip it, it would be heads or tails. If I get heads and then I flip it again, there are 2 more possible outcomes. Say I get heads again. Then if I get heads again, then then there are another 2 possible outcomes that can be heads or tails. Now we need to find, if we flip a coin 3 times, out of how many tries are we gonna get heads? Now for this, we need to have these sort of outcome strips. So, for example, this is an outcome strip, and this right here is an outcome strip. This, all of that. So I'll just make it easier for you guys. I'll just erase this, and I'll be back when I have written out all of the outcome strips, as I like to call them. So I'm back with all of the probability strips, and as you can see here, they're in this format. So for the first one, for the second, for the third, so one, two, three, 1, 2, 3. And so for this one, it's heads on the first, heads on the second, and heads on the third. So now our question here was how many, if I have, how many of these, if I have flipped my coin 3 times, will I get a head in? At least one head. So that means there could be 2 heads, there could be 3 heads, there could be unlimited amount of heads, but it has to be at least one head. Well, that's our number of desired outcomes. So what was that? Well, let's see. This one has one head, this one has one head, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7. So 7 desired outcomes over how many total outcomes are there? There are 8. 8 total outcomes. So the probability of, again, nobody's gonna understand you if you say in a fractions. Let's make it a percentage. And so 7 over 8 as a decimal would be 0.875. 0.875. And remember, again, times 100 times 10 times 100, so that's 87.5% is the amount, or that's the percent that you, of probability that you will probably get ahead if you flip the coin 3 times. So guys, that was it. Just a little quick fun fact. If the probability is closer to 0, that means it's less likely to happen. If it's closer to 1, then that means it's more likely to happen. Just a little fun fact. Okay guys, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment down and say what do you want the next video to be, and just comment down below if I have anything to improve on or anything you liked, anything like that. So also we are getting really close to 50 subs, so just hit that subscribe button. It would help a lot. And yeah, so out of 100 people, if only 40 people have subscribed, that means that there's a 40% chance that you will subscribe. And that's not very likely. So just click that subscribe button to help that probability go up. Just something there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Same thing, just leave a like, subscribe. We're getting close to 50 subs, and we're at 2,000 views. So lots of thank you statements. And yeah, so bye. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great afternoon. Yeah.